What is your structure for creating these dashboards for large teams that are going to have different data points? What's your process for creating those?
Yeah, it depends on how siloed the company is, which is
Yeah.
like a communication problem. So we've got
Mhm.
one company that like they don't want to share information between teams. Their teams are so large that they're like, we don't want to share this with team A with team B. So we like have methods of like excluding those pages from each other's reports based off of like
Wow.
a whole bunch of like case statements and crazy like BigQuery linking things. But if your team wants to share information, let's have that assumption. Let's have something that like, hey, we're cool with marketing seeing how much advertising is spending and market and advertising seeing how much revenue marketing is getting attributed and how much the email. Everyone's cool with seeing everything.
Mhm.
What I'd kind of recommend is that you start with the highest level of saying, hey, these are the questions that the CMO or director of marketing. Like we usually don't
Yeah.
go to CEOs because the CMO is like the translator into that meeting.
Mhm.
Sometimes we'll pull a report and put together like a presentation style, like Looker Studio report, but for the most part, that's how it will work. And so basically start at the highest level and then ask what questions do they have? And then move down a level, what questions do they have? And move down a level, and then what questions do they have? Until you are at the bottom. And that's like one vertical. And then you can move over a horizontal to another team and then go down that level. And so the goal is that everyone has an action, but what you do not want is like you have so much information that no one knows where to go. So sometimes what we'll have is like a Google sheet where like it has links to like the specific departments so that they don't even have to look at the main report and go find like their actual report. Or you just have different reports in general, like one for marketing, one for advertising, etc. Most of the time we can get away with one report. A few times we have to like kind of break things out into multiple reports for multiple teams. We try to avoid that as much as possible just because it makes more work to maintain and update and all that jazz. So that's kind of how we approach it. I don't know if I have the best practice for doing it. It's kind of a case by case basis.